senior asked me if I'd be interested to work with students during their winter term, hosting the Art in Action seminar group. And I was excited to do that because, you know, it's just a wonderful gathering, a big opportunity to work with students on a very energetic project. And when Dean and I corresponded, we thought we could do this kind of show or that kind of show, and I kept changing the idea a little bit. Eventually, it metamorphosized, evolved into an idea where we'd actually use the title Art in Action to get the students to go out there into the community and find out what kind of collections people collect. Because I think everybody has this idea of making the world a more organised place. And I think a lot of people have collections, obviously some people are very private and they collect secretly, and other people collect more publicly and they'll talk amongst their friends. And probably a lot of those people don't even think that what they're doing is in any way related to art, but it's certainly related to culture. And art and culture are synonymous, they go together. And it's just a great exercise for everybody to be part of what is a state university and bring the community into the institution, which everybody's tax dollars go to pay for. It's been said that people that collect are in fact memorialising their past, and in some respects it's true. I mean, I collect stones. I also collect fishing rods. I have my own fishing rod that I was given when I was 7 years old. I still have it. It's part of my collection of 15 fishing rods. And I collect vinyl records, and my stone friends I've been collecting since 2000. And I now have probably 170, maybe even 200 stone friends. But some of them have travelled with me to exhibitions all over the world. And some of them, in the course of these exhibitions, have got lost. And you know, I know each and every one of those missing stones. And it's very strange how human beings attach so much to an inanimate object. And I actually, when I think of them, it's like they're departed. You know, I think as children we learn to empathise with soft toys or something that's given to us. And I'm sure it's the same agent responsible for the love of this car or this motorbike or collecting uniforms. So in a sense, this collecting mentality brings people together. And you know, I want to thank Dean first of all for being so supportive and great eye for detail and helping out with the students when I wasn't here to get the exhibition nicely shaped. And of course, the big plaudits have to go to the students because in the last 3 to 4 weeks, this is what they've done. There was nothing in here when I went back to Illinois to continue teaching at the end of January. So it's all been pulled together by the students, and that truly is art in action. You know, a lot of people go to art school, they make art, but often don't get a really deep experience in the organisation and all the difficulties of working together to put on a show. So when the students leave and walk down the steps of the art school for the last time, this is an experience which I hope they'll remember with affection and is actually practically useful. Does anyone have any questions about these peculiar
thought, you know, what are we going to do collecting? It's like, oh God, what do we do? But you know, once we got into the idea of the fact that collecting is actually an art, and that art really depends on collecting. So collecting is not necessarily just a very lonely, solitary thing. It's something that sometimes you get into because of a personal drive or a personal ambition. And as artists, it's important to have collectors out there, because we all strive to have our stuff saved for posterity, or at least evaluated, and collectors fill that need. So what we're looking at here is basically a collection of collectors that have taken parts of something in their lives and have taken it from nothing to something. And one of the unique things that we all found when we talked to our collectors is that none of them really said, I'm a collector. You know, I'm not a collector. You know, I've only got 3 motorcycles. I'm not a collector. You know, I've only got 100 bottles. I'm not a collector. So the theme that seemed to run through it is that in spite of the fact that they do collect, they don't look at themselves as being a collector. It's sort of a passion. Some of them are extremely passionate, extremely private about what they do. And I know from talking to people that I talk to that collecting is really, it's an art form that we don't really give full credit to as far as it's important to culture. Because a lot of the things that we see here, at the time they were produced, had no value, or little value. And sort of things that you gather and hold go through a period of semi-importance, of interest, to a little more important, to a little more important. If you hold on to something long enough, you end up with something very valuable. I know if I held on to my Donald Duck comics and my first Superman comics, I would be doing quite well. You know, like in the Boy Scout days, the original stuff from his father. At the time, when his father was young, it basically almost thought it was being trash. But time has given it value and pictures and things that we see. So collectors feel that need to return something to value. And I'd like to introduce our team. I didn't hear from them. Daniel.
I'm Daniel Morsi. I was also in the class. This is my second art in action. The other one that I took was completely different than this. It was based around photography, and we were creating the art. And this one, we were sort of out looking for it. And what's cool about the collections that we did was most of these otherwise would be in a closet stored or in the shadows. And what was cool is we got to bring these out to the forefront and show the rest of fellow collectors, students, teachers, the community. And I thought that was a very cool idea by Graham. And then what he was talking about as far as getting this all together, that was something that we don't see that much behind the scenes because we usually want to be the one up on the wall. But being the one behind the scenes and making sure that everything works, and it's a whale-to-wheel machine, it's hard work, but really rewarding when you come in and you see all this stuff in here. And it's, I mean, we all feel so proud of this. I know we do. But I'd like to thank Dean and Graham for all their help. And